Hey everyone, a nerd named Mark here, and it's time for my January manga haul video. A lot of manga. Obviously, since the December haul and also the November, I've been um upgrading my display shelves, not just for manga, but also for my collectibles and everything else, because the shelves I was using, I ran out of space on the shelves, and I realized I wasn't utilizing my space properly. So obviously, I ditched the Target bookshelves, which are great when you're starting out with collecting and want to display stuff. But I did finally hit up IKEA a few trips actually, and in the same amount of space that you see behind me that I've been recording for literally the last year and a half or 2 years, even like that's the same amount of space, but I have a lot more stuff on display, and I will probably do a separate video going over all of that. I don't want to like make this into like a displaying video. This is just everything I bought for the month of January. Uh Grand total, because I have my list right here, 46 volumes I purchased. I'll tell you how much I spent at the end of the video. I did get some stuff on clearance and some stuff on sale, which was great and very helpful. But um I did a video a few weeks ago and I didn't do a follow-up video, and I feel like I'm gonna wait to see how it turns out. But I did get my volume two of the Kamen Rider Kuga manga from Titan Manga. Um, you know, obviously I did a whole video going over the quality control issues and everything else with this. So and I actually took down my first review of the first manga because while I did enjoy elements of the manga, there were quality control issues, and I was so excited to get this manga finally that I should have been more critical of it. I took the video down because I like wholeheartedly I cannot recommend people picking up the manga right now. Now they did do a follow up. I did a community post about it, talking about it. I will wait until we see the results before I do another video on that manga. But I will say from them, because positive, I did pick up the second volume of Adam the Beginning. Like I said with the first volume, I am a huge fan of Astro Boy. Love Astro Boy. The fact that we got a prequel manga finally in English released, and I'm so outside the bubble of my knowledge of a lot of stuff. I didn't even realize there was an anime for it. So I'm definitely gonna be watching the anime because that's like really like I love this manga, and this had really good QC. There, like this was actually a really good release. So I highly recommend Adam, the Beginning Volume Two. Sorry about that. Got thirsty. Had to run in the kitchen. Now, next up, uh, so a lot of the stuff I bought in January was like continuing runs I already started. Couldn't find volumes in stock. So I ended up picking up volumes three and four of Toilet Bound Hanako Kun, as my kitten is attacking the tripod. I bought the first two volumes a long time ago at Target because they were on sale, and it was recommended to me. The covers, I love the art on the covers and like the color palette of them. uh I read the first two and I was like, man, I really want to read these more. And they never had three and four in stock. And because Target usually does like the 20% off when you buy things, because they're $13 each, okay? So I waited. Target had three and four in stock with their little 20% off sticker, which by the way, Target, I hate that sticker so much. I do not like it. Um, it's a pain to peel off, and then to get the adhesive off of the cover without ruining it is a chore and a half. But I was excited to pick up three and four. Can't wait to read those. Obviously, my backlog right now of reading is pretty high. I try and keep reading probably like 80. I try and keep in the 75 to 80% of my collection read, just so I have something to read when there's nothing really going on. Sorry about that. Kitten was being a little rambunctious. I didn't want her to knock over my tripod again, like she did last time I was recording a video. So, yeah, I'm just trying to get a lot of stuff I haven't, like, to continue some runs. I do read a lot of manga. I read a lot of digital manga too, which will lead into some of the ones I've purchased. But I try and have a majority of my manga read. I don't like stacking a bunch of manga and not reading it. Some of these actually I've read the same day I bought them, honestly. But so to go to that, I got volumes one through four of Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. I bought all four because I read the first volume digitally. So, and I was like, this is really good. I rarely get to see the first volumes in stock. And so, I was like, you know what? I found the first one in stock. I think it was at Barnes and Noble. And then it was literally on one, like the number ones, like table they do. And then I saw two, three, and four on the shelf. I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy all four of these because I really enjoyed volume one. And there's some manga when I buy, like I'll buy the first one on like Kindle and this and that, like digitally, and I'll read the first volume. And if I really like it, I will continue to run physically, unless it's of something really long that's going past like 30 plus volumes because of space and also money. Like I'm not going to buy all those unless eventually it gets a full complete series box set, and then I'll probably buy it that way. But picked up Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, volume 1 through 4. Um, Obviously, I have a very diverse taste in manga. It could be rom coms, completely lewd, highly inappropriate manga into like shonen, like the occult, like action, horror, stuff like that. Like I'm all over the place when I'm like, I just like a good story. That's it. If it's good storytelling, good artwork, I'm sold on it. Another one, my friend always jokes. I got volume 3 of Fly Me to the Moon. This is such like a chill, like I don't know how to describe it, like a cozy manga. Like I enjoy just sitting down in the big, huge beanbag chair we bought, and I'll just and reading things like Fly Me to the Moon or Sakura-san Wants to Be Noticed, like or not noticed. Sakura-san, yeah, it is, and it's like, or like I like to chill and read the manga, and that's like that's Fly Me to the Moon is that one. Like it's a long run. Like I'm only three in. This is gonna be a slow burn for me. I'm definitely not gonna be picking up like a whole bunch at a time unless it's a really slow month for releases because I don't get maybe when there's new releases I'll get like five or six new releases a month, and then I'm going back and getting older volumes to either that have been recommended or I'm trying to fill up uh, a run I already started, like I did with um, Yokai Watch. Next up, I got volumes 1 and 2 of the Lazy Dungeon Master. I read the preview of the first chapter. I found it hilarious, and I was like, you know what, this is like I like Dungeons and Dragons. I like dungeon crawling games and this and that. So it's kind of cool to see something from the point of view of a dungeon master who's lazy. And the artwork's great. It's a lot of fun. I need to finish volume 1. I'm only like 2 chapters in, but bought those on Barnes and Noble. And just transparency, I have the Barnes and Noble like membership club, so I get the bonus. I think it's like 10, 15 like percent or something off. So that's why Barnes and Noble is one of the main places I go to buy my manga because of those deals. They are good. Next up, I found volume 1 of The Promised Neverland at Target, right? Okay, so funny story. I'm at Target. We're buying stuff, this and that. I always go check the back wall where all the NECA collectibles is, and then there's like the manga section with the books and everything. I found volume 1 of The Promised Neverland clearanced down to 2.99, and I was like, I always hear good things about this. I was told to stay away from the anime, that the manga was really good. In the anime, they changed some things and rushed a lot. So I picked up volume 1. I read it that same day, and then I was like, well, I need to find volume 2, and no one had volume 2 in stock anywhere. Target, Barnes and Noble, but I go to a place called Book Off, and they had it. So I had to pick up volume 2. I have not read it yet because I actually picked that up like a couple days after I bought that one, and I was like, "Oh man, I need to read this," but I didn't have time yet because I'm reading everything else. Um, Going into more of the occult and ghosts and this and that, I found volumes 1 and 2 of Ghostly Things at Book Off also, and I love these covers. Like these are delicious, colorful covers, and I love anything with ghosts. And you know, I especially haunted house. This like I'm just like, this is everything that appeals to me. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick these up. They were, like I said, they're a book off. They weren't too expensive. Usually they're 12.99. I think I got them for like $8 each. So I was like, yeah, this is definitely going in my reading pile. Um, even though a majority of these I've read. So, well, like, yeah, this so good. And keeping up with that, I do like a lot of detective style uh manga and stuff like that. So I picked up, and I just saw it randomly at Barnes and Noble, and the cover drew me in. It's called Kimono Jihen, and it's a monster detect. It has to do with a monster detective agency. And I was like, you know what, like, it's still, I knew I was gonna like it regardless, so I haven't read it, but I did pick up the first two volumes because I was like, you know what, sometimes when you read the first volume, it hooks you in or it leaves you on like, I want more. So I was like, you know what, just in case, I'm gonna buy the first two, see how I feel, and go from there. But from the premise and everything else alone, I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to dislike this manga. And I'm trying to organize them so they don't drop because I have another shelf down here to put them on. Next up, the big release of January that I was could not wait for. Kaiju number 8, volume 5. Love this manga so much. This is the one where it's like the day a new volume comes out, I'm buying it and I'm reading it. I'm excited it's getting an anime. I just love Kaiju number 8 so much. I can't praise it enough for how good it is. And then another gem that I found at Book Off, because I've been trying to hunt these down. I have not seen, and I try and buy stuff in order. Like I've already said, I don't like buying stuff out of order. So if I need a like a number 2 or 3 of something, and there's like a 5, a 4, this and that and stuck, I don't buy it. But I did finally get the second omnibus for I Am a Hero. I'm slowly going to finish getting all of these. It's just they're so hard to find. But I found this at Book Off for $10. And I was like, you're kidding me. Like, okay, 50% off, and look at the pages. That's clean. That's like near mint. And I was like, okay, did they even read it? Because this is ridiculous. Like, this is good quote. $10. I was like, I couldn't say no. I picked that up. Uh, I'm going to be starting to read that soon because I read volume or omnibus one twice. Um, and I forgot about this. Talk about detectives. Another series that I really have been enjoying is Momo the Blood Taker, and volume 3 came out. Like, I love the cover. I like how they do the cover for these. The spine, like, I don't usually talk about the spines and covers, but man, I love this manga. I haven't read 3 yet. I just finished 2, and I forgot 3 came out. But if you haven't already, Momo the Blood Taker, if you like um detective stuff and vampires, stuff like that, this is for you. This is a great series that's relatively new from an English release printing standpoint. So I believe as of right now, I think 4 just came out in February. I'm not sure, but I know there's 3. Uh, Next up, we have more of my inappropriate harem manga that I like. I finally, because I read these digitally, um, so it wasn't a big deal that I was purchasing them out of order or when I saw them in stock. I did finally get volume 1 of the 100 Girlfriends that really, 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 really love you. And then I picked up the newest volume, which is volume 4. Volume 4 I got at Barnes and Noble. Volume 1 I actually found at Book Off, and regularly this is $13.99. I found it at Book Off for $10.99. So I was like, I couldn't really complain. I got, now I'm current with that. And so now that I'm current, I'm probably gonna not read it digital anymore. Because I didn't even know it was out. I just saw it digital. It was on sale for the volume, so I bought it, which happens all the time for me. This next stack, I might as well take the whole stack because this is checking off stuff for my backlog to complete a run. Because I read this whole entire series when it was being released via chapters on the Crunchyroll manga app back in, I think, 2014, 2015. So I finally got volume 10 of Yamada Kun and the Seven Witches, volume 11, volumes 13, 14, and 15, which will bring me current up to 1 through 15. And then to contribute to that, because it was at Book Off and it was on sale for $4, by the way. $4. I got the combo of 23 and 24, like $4. And I was like, I can't say no. I know I don't buy out of order, but because I finished this whole entire run digitally, I was like, this is just the collector in me. Like, because I love this run. I say this is one of the runs that really got me back into manga around, 2013, 2014. Because when I lived in downtown San Diego, I would walk to work and I would just load up the Control Manga app on my phone, read a chapter while I'm walking, and still paying attention to, crossing the street and shit. But yeah, that was really good finds, really good prices. Most of those were all from Book Off, except for a few that I ordered online, which I think was like 13 and 14 I ordered online, but everything else was from Book Off. Um, I don't know why it's so expensive to find Yamada Kun and the Seven Witches. Some of these books people are trying to sell volumes for like $40 plus. I've seen a few go for 60, and I'm like, damn, that is ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, nice segue. Don the Don, Volume 1 and 2. Obviously, I reviewed Volume 1, Turbo Granny. Hilarious. And like I said in my review, this is one of the few things where literally I finished it and I went back and bought Volume 2 the same day. So there's Volume 1 and Volume 2. This is probably one of my sleeper hits that started in 2022 that I just started reading in January. But like, this is like one of those ones where it's like I'm keeping an eye on that run for whenever it gets released. And also, I feel like a hypocrite right now because I always mention that, like, hey, I love, you know, uh, I'm a big fan of shonen anime. I don't have a lot of shonen jump manga in my collection. Every once in a while, I don't watch anime constantly, so every once in a while, I'll just start reading. I'll be like, okay, let me find something to binge watch, and I do this like once a month or a couple times a month. I'll just binge something. I started binging Jujutsu Kaisen, and I've been avoiding this series because I'll like it's one of those ones where it's like everyone hypes it up and this and that, and I'm like, oh man, like if everyone's hyping it up, I don't know, because like very rarely do we have an anime or manga where like everyone's just like, yo, this is it. You need to watch this. You need to read this. But I did enjoy what I watched, and I got halfway through season one, and I was like, okay, this is good. I like this. So I started buying the manga, and they were on sale at Target. So I got Zero, which I know is the prequel to Jujutsu Kaisen. I already know that because they also, I believe, they made a movie out of it. And then Volume One, Volume Two, and Volume Three. So they're usually $9.99, but this Target does a 20% off. I got it for about $8, so I was like, hey, that's not bad. I'm okay with this. Another manga that I'm constantly, when new ones come out, I'm grabbing Blue Lock #4. I love soccer. I can't hype up Blue Lock enough. Like, look at that cover. That is a cover. Like, and I just love soccer so much. Played it for years, like over a decade, like close to 13, 14 years. I played it. I love the sport, and I'm not a big fan of sports manga or sports anime. I mean, yes, I like Captain Tsubasa stuff like that, but like Blue Lock, this is it. This is one of my favorites ongoing that I buy when a new one comes out. I'm getting it the day it comes out. Another deal is because I've been getting into manhwa and stuff like that, and I haven't done any videos on manhwa. I promise I'm working on some. I work full time, and then I do my toku content, and my podcast is coming back next this month. So it's like I don't have, I don't have a lot of time to create a lot of different content. So I pick and choose what I create. Oh, I don't have time to properly shave. Like I need to get cleaned up. But I did get soul leveling the volume book 4 or volume 4. So the thing that's been keeping me from finishing soul leveling is the price, the $20 price. Usually they're on sale on Amazon, this and that. But this was clearance at Target to $8. $8. So I was like, you know what? I'm picking it up. Um, it just sucks because I don't have volume 3. I only read the first two, but I can't say no to $8. Hopefully I'll find 3 on clearance, or when 3 is on sale again, I'll pick up volume 3 that way. Oh, finally coming down the list, and we're gonna start getting into more expensive purchases because you could already see the box set right there. I mentioned before I got volume 3 of Sakurai-san Wants to Be Noticed. Nice slice of life, little rom com. These are my chill vibe manga. Like I said, I go in the beanbag chair, I chill, grab grab a herba mate, and just sit back, relax, read some rom com slice of life manga. And this is actually one of my favorites. Like this is up there with for ongoing one of my like it's moved up my list. Um, I take recommendations seriously. I do. I really do. Um, and I was recommended to check out Blue Exorcist because it's right up my alley with stuff I like: exorcisms, devil, demons, action, some school involved. And I'm like, all right. So I picked up the first two volumes of Blue Exorcist. Um, like I said, a lot of Viz Media and Shonen Jump popping up in my collection now. That's why I keep all the recommendations going because I will keep checking them out. By the way, sidebar to recommendations, I was recommended to check out Ghost in the Shell manga. I remember watching the show growing up, the original Ghost in the Shell. I did watch Standalone Complex. Um, I do plan on getting Ghost in the Shell for the manga though. I do want to get that hardcover collection, so I will try and see if it fits into my February budget because I do budget a lot. It's how I am able to buy everything I get because I don't just buy manga. Obviously, I buy toku stuff, comics, video games. Like, so I do have a very strict budget. So if I can fit in the budget, I hopefully will be able to get it in February. It just depends on what is coming out because I need to look and see what is listed. Um, some more guilty pleasure ones that I'm now current with reading and buying. I got volume 3 of Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Peak manga right here. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's dragged out, it's stupid. Like it's the same reaction I get when I with Rent a Girlfriend, which also volume 16 I picked up. So that's backwards. So I'm current on both of these. I love these so much. Oh, so good. Like, you don't understand. As a fan of I Am a Legend, I had to get Under Ninja Volume 1. Uh I do have a review coming soon for this. I was gushing over the quality, like the cover quality, the paper stock they use, like everything about this. This is a great manga for volume 1. I thought it was like I can't wait for volume 2 and I'm mad we got kind of a we got a little bit of time before the next volume comes out, but I'm glad that I picked up volume 1. I saw people talking about it and I was like, oh, that's intriguing. Then I heard it was from the guy who wrote I Am a Hero, and I was like, oh, that's definitely getting picked. I'm definitely adding that to my list. And now we're down to the final amount. Um, so I'm a big Soul Eater fan. And if you follow me on social media, I already know what I'm going to talk about. I never got any of the manga for Soul Eater ever. I and it's I read some of it digital, obviously the show and everything else, but I noticed they have these perfect editions, hardcover. The yellow and the black is what sold me, honestly. Like this looks so good. So I got volume 3 because I didn't have them in order the right way. Volume 2 and volume 1. Uh Thankfully these are at Barnes and Noble. They were 22.99 each, but like I said, with the discount, I got them for like I think $20 because I signed up for the Barnes. I'm on the Barnes and Noble reward thing, so it's great. And then lastly, I blew through the first 3 volumes. I finally got the second box set for Summertime Rendering, and the artwork on this, I like the spot. Like is like I love the series. I can't wait to finish it. I started reading volume 4. Um, I know there's a show. They made an anime for it, and it's like available everywhere to stream, but here in the United States. And I was like, why? Why is it unavailable? I want to watch it, but I want to read the manga first. So that's like all the manga I bought. Like that's a lot. Um, like I said, not every month is going to be a big month. Just uh, given it was post holiday time, a lot of deals going on, gift cards, stuff like that. But my grand total spent for the month of January, $589.33. And at the end of January, my total manga collection now is up to 285 volumes, which is ridiculous. Now, I'm recording this after 4 days into February. I will say that um, already for February. I bought some manga. I actually bought manga yesterday. Full transparency, I'm recording this on the 4th of February. So on the 3rd, I bought some manga because, yeah. So I'm pretty sure by the end of February, I will hit 300 volumes in the collection, which will be pretty cool. I'm not, it's not like I have a goal to have X amount of manga in my collection. I just, I like manga. That's it. I really enjoy manga. So, and I buy stuff that I want to read. Everything I buy, I'm reading. Like, I'm not buying to collect. That's never been appealed to me. Like, if I don't like something, I'm not buying it. I'm not spending money on it. But yeah, a lot of manga. Uh, Let me know in the comments below if you watch this whole video and you see any of this stuff and you think I would like something that's similar to anything you saw here that I haven't mentioned. Please recommend it to me. I will gladly check it out. I would, like I said, I take recommendations very seriously. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I'm really close to 900 subscribers, which is crazy because once I started actually like changing my content style to match myself more in the last like year, I've really seen the growth and the support and like the feedback, and I appreciate it constantly. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Like the video, like I said, please give me recommendations. I'm always up to reading new manga. With that being said, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.